What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the B3 Podcast. I'm your host, Brett, and I got Tanner the head here. We have our show partners, Elite Nutrition. Check them out at EliteNutritionOmaha.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off. You can go to the store in Omaha or Lincoln and yell B3.
Get a free shaker.
We also have Rosewood Block to make the best cutting boards and barbecue, fully customizable. Check them out at rosewoodblock.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off there as well. And newly added D&D Beef. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, check out D&D Beef. I think it's dndbeef.com. Use code B3 at checkout for 10% off as well from there.
Got a lot of sponsors.
I just did some of their beef ribs last weekend.
You do the short rib? Like the thick ones?
Yeah. They're really good. I told her I just wanted them bigger because I'm fat, so I wanted them bigger.
Man, short ribs are so good.
Yeah, I'm used to doing like the bigger, like 8-inch bone or whatever it's like from Snake River. Hers are like cut like half that size.
Oh, okay.
But they were good. I also did some of their habanero cheddar brats. And when she brought them in, she was like, they're really hot. And they were super fucking hot.
Were they?
Yes.
You don't do spicy, do you?
No, I like some spice, but I like jalapenos and stuff, but they're hot.
I mean, you're kind of like on the white scale of spicy, aren't you?
No, I like spice. I'm not like Colorado where there's no spice. Yeah, so we got that set up with them. They're local. They actually, one of their drop-off spots is here at the gym. They also ship. I know Drew Dober does some stuff with them too.
That's awesome.
And so does Dr. Jamie, who's been on here, obviously. Yeah. She does some stuff with them too. And then obviously Omaha Barbell, the real Midwest mecca of strength and excitement and fun. So stop by, get a good workout in. It's really neat.
The neatest.
Yeah. Have you watched the new Biggest Loser documentary?
No. Have
you read anything about it?
I saw that Jillian was trying to defend herself, saying some shit wasn't true.
I don't think it's try. I think she has like emails and read receipts and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I kind of got like a mixed bag from it. It was I fell asleep during part of it because it wasn't that exciting really, but I just don't. You went on this show as a competition. You can look at whatever you want. It's a competition.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I went on there to get healthy. Great story. It was $250,000. If they weren't giving away $250,000, would you still have done it?
Right.
Right. So these people go on there. They lose weight. I mean, a good majority of them. The story's been out forever. A lot of them gain weight back.
Yeah.
But they're surprised at how they're treated. You know, some of them are like, hey, like it really changed my life. Like they're probably not as small as they were, but they're still tremendous. Like smaller. They're probably not as small as they were when they got off the show, but they're still like tremendously better shape than they were going in.
Yeah.
Some of them are fatter. So, but you can't blame this show. Like, you know, it's like you're there for like 6 or 8 weeks or 12 weeks.
It's a TV show. It has to have drama and it has to have
all
the things. Like no one's going to watch a boring TV show. So yeah, it all comes with it.
And you got this one lady, she was like, fuck Bob Harper, like blah, blah. He was the trainer earlier on with Jillian. And I'm like, I don't know why you're so upset with him. You're fat because of yourself.
Yes. I mean, obviously, most of those people are going to put it back on because you can't keep that level of discipline up forever.
Yeah, to make it realistic, they should have made it like a year.
Right, but
like you're going to live at fat camp for a year. Just call it that.
Well, but once again, it's TV.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's all for TV. I mean, a lot of those people lost a ton of weight.
Oh, they did, though. So the one guy who won it, one of the seasons, he's fatter than he was when he went on there. And overall, towards the end of it, he was like, you know, he learned a lot, whatever. But so he won $250,000. But then he was saying that like that once the show is over, they're like done with you. Like he thinks there should be more to it. And there was some comment along the way of like maybe they should like, you know, check in with people, maybe like pay for gym memberships. And then I'm like, you won $250,000 and you're fatter than before.
Yeah, you could have bought a gym membership and a personal trainer.
Yeah, for like a long time for $250,000.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I know a bunch of people watch. It's like one of the hot things on. I think it's on Netflix, I believe. But I just don't understand like that, where people just want to blame someone else for like what did you think the show was?
I mean, Is that society?
Well, and I worked at 24 Hour Fitness when that show came out, and 24 Hour was like the main. They built the gym for him.
Yeah.
So we always had to show it. And then I had some clients that were like, "Oh my God, why don't I lose weight like that?" And I was like, "Well, this isn't realistic. They're like in a compound."
Right, with food being like...
But didn't they have access to shit food at the thing?
If I remember right, because not everyone, because people would talk about like the bad stuff or the bad choices they made or whatever.
Well, because one of the things they were talking about with Jillian was that she got in trouble for giving them, she was giving them drugs. She gave them, remember those Yellow Jacket stingers? The caffeine pills?
Okay.
She was giving them caffeine pills.
Yeah.
And she goes, "What's the difference whether they drink 10 cups of coffee or I give them a caffeine pill?"
Right.
She's like, "What's the difference?"
Yeah.
So they were trying to like throw under the bus on some of that, and like some with their calorie deficits these guys were eating. But even that guy that won, he weighed in on the last show, and he said all he did for like the last like 3 days was like drink water and like syrup, or like it was like hardly anything. And like when he had to do a pee test, and they're like, "Oh, there's some blood in your pee, but it's fine. You're just dehydrated." So that's fine. I don't. But they want to hold it against them. This one lady that's on there, she didn't like Bob Harper either. This is when it was like a friends or sisters thing or couples. They got kicked off. And then she's trying to talk about she has some injury from the show. And I was like, well, and like that she reached out to the show and nobody got back to her. Did you sign some kind of waiver that your life is at your own risk? Yeah. The odds of you ever getting money from them is slim. And don't be like, "Oh, I'm not looking for money. I just wanted to let them know." No, you don't.
No, you're looking for money.
Yeah. They're never going to pay you. You think that NBC is going to put together a show that you might die and like not cover themselves? I don't know. It was
they have in-house counsel for a reason. They were taken care of.
Yeah, and even if they are liable, the amount of time they'll hold you up in court.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a complete lack of like personal responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, the show in and of itself, I never really got into it at all. Like,
no, I never really watched it.
Yeah.
Like I said, we had to have it on at the gym when it was on, and I'm sure I've seen an episode here and there, but I never like watched it consistently.
But it was completely. I mean, it's not realistic. No one can do that.
No, and like all the kind of shit they were talking. One of the like producers or something was on there, and he goes, "You know what?" He's like, "But name a show that's changed more lives than The Biggest Loser did."
Right.
Because I'm sure it motivated tons of people to get out and lose weight and go like work with go to the gym or hire a trainer, and they were probably successful with it.
I have helped a lot of people lose a lot of weight, and I have seen people who afterwards gain a lot of it back. Mm-hmm. My goal when I work with people is to teach them how to do it, not just do it for them. Right.
Yes.
Like I'm trying to teach them like, hey, there are going to be times where you have to run through Chick-fil-A, or you're going to grab a sandwich at Jersey Mike's or something like that. They're decisions you make along the way. So Jersey Mike's, one of the subs I get, it's the club sub. If you get it the Jersey Mike's way, the giant one.
Of course.
Okay.
What else would you get? Obviously.
Right. The giant one is like 2,120 calories if you get the Jersey Mike's way. If you take the mayo and the oil blend off, do you know what the calories are?
Probably 1,100.
1,100. There's 1,000 calories of oil and mayo in there.
Yeah, that's what's delicious.
Yeah. Well, you can take that off, right?
Or they could eat it over 2 days.
Or you can take it off and add the pepper relish stuff that they have. If you
that's really good too.
Yeah, but if you just want like your sandwich to be like a little wet so it's not dry, like that's 0 calories or damn near it.
Well, and I think that's the problem. Like you said, the show was unrealistic. And even like all the years I've trained people, like, and I don't do bodybuilders. That's like a whole, I don't have the skill set for that. That's a whole different animal of people to train.
Same.
But I've just always said, I've always been, you have a client like, "Oh, I want to look like this," or I want to have a 6-pack. And I was like, "No, you don't." And like, "What do you mean?" I go, "You don't want to put in the time/effort that person has put in."
I think a lot of people want to like touch like have one for like a day for like a picture, but to maintain that year round is just it's a complete lifestyle change that most people don't want to do.
Yeah,
and I don't really blame them.
No, I mean, you're not like Dana Lynn Bailey is like an oddity person.
Yeah.
I mean, but this is all she's done for years. Now, if you're like, hey, I'd like to see like my top abs, like that's probably like a somewhat achievable goal for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like that's not like way out of there. But I just always said, let's be realistic, make it a lifestyle that you can follow.
Right.
For a long period of time. Like don't call it a diet, just call it like a lifestyle. If you can be like an 80-20, you're probably doing better than majority of people out there. Because I know you're going to eat shitty food here and there.
Everyone does. And the thing is, like, I don't care who you are. Like if you're never going to have a drink, I mean, some people don't, but like in the summertime, like you're telling me you're never going to have a brat, you're never going to have a beer. You know, you never had like there are times
Yeah,
where
you're going to go to all the family gatherings at Thanksgiving and Christmas and just like not fucking
right.
You bring in your own like fucking steak and rice or something, you know, like
yeah. And some people do that. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, and that's fine. I don't have anything against any of those people.
But for the most part, like when you live that, if you live 80 or just make better choices, like when people ask, like make sure the calories are worth it. So I don't need a Hy-Vee bakery cookie. They don't taste that great. And I've had 100 of them. Mm-hmm. Like it's not, but if I'm at a restaurant and they have bread pudding, which is my favorite dessert, then yeah, I'm probably going to grab it, but I'm not going to grab a dessert because there's a dessert menu.
Yeah. Like Amber and I very rarely get dessert. Like it's usually like if it's like a birthday or some anniversary, but I found it like with people, especially at works, kind of figure out what they want to weigh, like realistically. That's the other thing too, is like some people you're never gonna weigh, like if you're like a 5'10", like I work with like mainly a lot of females, but if you're like a 5'10" thicker female, just a stockier stature, you're probably not going to weigh 120 pounds.
Nope.
And so like be realistic. Like be like, oh, I want to weigh that. No, like this weight range is probably like a good area. You know what I mean? So it's like once you settle on a number that they like, then I always take and say, well, let's find a 5 pound range that you're comfortable weighing in, because you're never going to weigh the same every day. So let's say it's like 160 to 165. Well, if you're closer to like that 160 and you got a friend in town and you want to go like fucking tear it up for the weekend, go after it, whatever you want to do. But maybe if you're closer to that 165, maybe you like only have like a beer and like, you know what I mean? Like, because then they still have some free range in there. You know what I mean? I found it successful working with people that way, like giving them an area to work with.
So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take their number they give me, right? They come in and in the app that I use, the computer program, I will say, okay, when we lose this weight, what body fat percent do we need to be at to have not lost muscle over the time? Not necessarily gain muscle, but I'm not going to do anything where we're losing muscle.
Yeah.
And a lot of times once I show people, like flip the screen around, it's like, well, you'd have to be 19% body fat for this to happen. Or you'd have to be, or if you're a guy, you'd have to be 11%. Okay. Well, so if we're here, so if we're 5 or 6 or 7 pounds more and we're 14% body fat, then we can look like this. But if you want to be here, we'd have to be like 11.
Yeah.
And just kind of talk to them, with a lot of guys, I'm like, you can get that like 4-pack range. Like you can see the outside of your abs. You might be able to see 4 of them. If you really wanted to, you're a month away from cutting up for vacation, something like that. That's where you want to be at. With a lot of women, it's like, hey, at this body fat percent, you're going to have some arm definition. You're going to have some quad definition, leg definition if you wear a tank top or shorts, but you aren't going to be completely ripped. You'll look like you go to the gym, but like
you might see an oblique.
Yeah.
I feel like women, their obliques will show up before kind of anything else does. It seems like.
Yeah. So it's like, what do you want to look like? And with women, if any woman tells me like they want to weigh what they weighed like pre-children, I have to like recalibrate. Like your body changes, your hips widen, like things physically change on you.
And some women bounce back like crazy from that.
They can't completely, but like a lot of times, we're 5 or 10 years away from that mark. And it's like, I really want to focus on being the best version of you currently, not what you think that happened like 10 or 15 years ago. Or with guys, you're not running the same testosterone level. You're not 25 or 30 again. You're 45. Like, things change. And a lot of people, as we age, we tend to get better jobs. Then when we get better jobs, it means you sit on your ass more.
Probably more supervisoral.
Right. So you might have been a construction worker when you were 18, and now you're a foreman who doesn't swing a hammer. You know, you're doing, so it doesn't mean that you're not in a construction job anymore, but you're not doing the day to day. Or you're a nurse and you were a floor nurse and you were doing all the things. You were getting 25, 30,000 steps in, and now you're a charge nurse and you sit a lot more and make sure everyone's getting their job done. Like, things change. So a lot of people are like, my metabolism slowed. Well, I mean, that could be the case. There might be a little bit of metabolism slowing, but I think for most people, it's the lack of movement. That's why those 10,000 steps a day, trying to increase your step rate, especially if you're male or female, 35 and above, I really wouldn't focus on too much cardio unless you like it.
Yeah.
If you enjoy cardio, if you enjoy biking or running, knock yourself out. Like, that's what you enjoy to do. That's one of the most important things with exercise. But if you really don't like it, if you focus on weightlifting and 10 or 12,000 steps a day or more than you're getting now, I mean, you're going to have this, you're going to have the same physical progress.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to go run for an hour, I promise you.
Yeah. And I think the big part's just the realisticness of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, in that show was not realistic. And I mean, I would assume that they have to be smart enough to know that.
No. Like
especially if you're later seasons and you've seen the earlier seasons.
Yeah, I don't think so. Everyone always thinks they're the exception. You know this. Like, very rarely do people have an accurate gauge. Like, everyone always thinks they're the exception. Like, this won't happen to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of those, I don't think any of them that they showed on there, some were smaller than like when they first went on the show, but they were not.
So if you're huge like that, this doesn't apply. But for most people, it takes about a week to burn a true pound of fat.
Well, that's why I always said, if you like crash diet, you lose it fast, you gain it fast.
That's 100% true. But like, to your point earlier, like, if you're 160 and you have that 160 to 165 range and you go on an all-inclusive vacation or have a freaking 4-day weekend that just hammers it out and you get to 167, guess what? You'll be back to 160 real quick. Weight that comes on fast goes off fast. Weight that loses fast comes on fast.
Yeah, and that's why I always tell people, that's why I like that 5-pound range, people, because I think a lot of people stress when they look at the scale.
Yeah.
And especially if they're not doing like an in-body. If they're just at home, they weigh or we weigh, just check their weight here. And you look at that, they get too worked up about it. But I'm like, hey, you jump on it and you're at the bottom end of that 5 pounds. Like I said, it's your anniversary or something. You want to get the dessert. Yeah. Fucking get after it. Live your life. Like, if you make it so they can never do anything, they will stop doing it.
So I don't know if there is a scientific explanation for this. It's just observational from what I found. It's like every time. So if you're on a weight loss journey or whatever, and you're going to lose, let's just say 40 pounds, like, you have to reset every so often. So if you lose 5 or 6 or 7 pounds, you have to like hold it there before it kind of becomes permanent.
Well, if your body sets that new set point.
But I don't know what the science behind that is.
No, but your body just wants to maintain homeostasis.
Yes.
Your body wants everything to stay as normal as it can.
Right. So sometimes when you're losing weight, you feel like you're kind of stagnant. But for me, I try and stress to my clients, no, we've reset your set point.
Yeah.
So now if you go and have a bad weekend and you go up 3 pounds, guess what? By Wednesday, it's back to normal.
Yeah.
But if you try and crash diet or do something or whatever, and you lose 5 pounds real quick and you go back, guess what? You're back to.
I mean, that's why in powerlifting, you do a quick weight cut so you can make weight because you want to come back on
quickly. So you just have to like have those set points as you're going down. And some of it's stagnation. Maybe you got comfortable. Maybe you need to change something. Some of it's just your body kind of just recalibrating, and you'll see like, okay, then after 2 or 3 weeks of being set, then we start again.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a homeostasis thing. Your body knows exactly what it's doing. It's bad or good. If you just quit smoking cold turkey, your body does not enjoy that. So it's going to make you feel like dog shit because it wants you to go back to what it was doing until you get past it. People are addicted to caffeine. They stop drinking caffeine, and then your body's like, well, fuck you. Like, I'm going to give you a headache until you drink some more caffeine. Like, we're going to fight this. There's like an internal war happening. And so it's the same thing with weight loss. They're like, you know, they'll lose weight and your body keeps trying to gain that weight back. And it's like, no, I like being here.
Yep.
And then once it comes down, it's like, okay, we're cool here. Like you said, and you might stagnate because now it's like, okay, we're in homeostasis here. We're happy here. And then you try to lose more and it's like, well, fuck you. Like, this is not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think once you get it rolling, sometimes you got to fucking pull the reins back to get to stop.
Sometimes.
Like I've had some people that like have lost weight and then they just like take off. And then you're like, well, okay, now we got to, like that girl that I had the other morning we were talking to.
Yeah.
And her weight just kept coming down. And I was like, we got to bring some calories back in now. So we got to slow this fucking ship down.
Yeah, you gotta ramp it back up. And like everyone reacts a little bit differently. Some people their bodies, like in a calorie deficit, if you put them in a calorie deficit, will really like catch up real quick. They'll slow down super fast. Their regular metabolism will. So that's what I do. And what you do when you're setting calories is we're trying to manage that deficit. Trying to keep it at a point to where your body feels safe and it feels like it can do its stuff, but we're under our burn so we can lose at a steady pace. Sometimes people react differently and it's like, whoa, like I had you figured out and for whatever reason, this is just going. It's all like scientific guesses. Like,
it's like an educated guess. You're just hoping for the best. That's why I tell everybody, let's try this for a couple weeks or a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But actually follow it. See what happens. But the biggest thing is you have to write all that down.
You have to log. If the average person, and they've done studies on this, eats 50% more than they think they do. So if you think you're eating 2,000 calories, you're probably eating 3,000. On the flip side, those like, I get a lot of like 16 to probably 20, 21-year-old guys in that think they eat a lot. And they're small, they're skinny, and they want to be big. And we go through their food and they think they're eating about 50% more. The moral of the story is your brain's not accurate.
Yeah.
Your brain lies to you a lot.
And even if you've been doing it for a long time, still log it.
Well, I always tell everybody, if you have a goal, you should log your food. If you don't have a goal, you can and you've been doing it for a while, you can eat a little intuitively, right? But if you see something going one way or the other that you don't like, if you're losing weight and you don't want to, or you're gaining weight and you don't want to, then you probably have to start logging.
Well, actually, I never really thought about it that much because I just always looked at the, your servings, not the grams and all that. And then Amber was weighing some stuff out and I was like, dude, it's just like a half a bag. And she's like, no, because that's not the gram. Sometimes it's more than half a bag to have like if the serving is 50 grams.
Yeah.
It might be more than half the bag. She's like, so you have to weigh it.
Yeah.
So
like if you're going through and you have a goal, if you have a goal, weight loss, weight gain, muscle gain, fat loss, whatever, you need to log your food.
Yeah.
And you need to account for mom or dad bites. Or husband bites where you had a burger and your wife only ate half of her, so you ate the other half because you weren't going to waste it, obviously.
Yeah. But yeah, and like I said, the servings per container is deceiving. So if you're really following this, you have to weigh it.
Yeah.
In grams.
Yes.
Because that'll tell you the actual, because I never really thought about it. And then, until Amber says, like, no, it's not. And like, there's some that are fucking way off.
So I read, this was a while ago. I read that on food, they will get penalized for being under calories because you're not getting the amount of food that you paid for.
What's that?
Like the box, like the company.
Oh, okay.
The company will be fined or penalized if they give you less. So they always give you more. So if it says, like to your point, there's 100 grams of whatever in this box, there very well could be 110 or 120, because if they put 90 in there, they're going to get in trouble for scamming you out of what you paid for.
Yeah, it's like when the bags of Doritos are only like half full now. Yeah. Whatever happened there? What a sad day.
Well, there's some of that, like what they call it, shrinkflation.
And do you remember when they used to have the Doritos when they were like back in our day when the bags were like half clear?
Yeah.
And you could start to see where you got less chips.
Yeah.
Like, believe it or not, the chip bags used to be filled to the top. Like back in the day.
Everything was better in the 90s.
We were talking about the other day. You think it was like, it's because like it was just at like a steady holding point?
The 90s?
Yeah, like right now, like you feel like everything just keeps going up. You know what I mean? Like prices, whatever, is going up all the time. But I don't feel like in the 90s and like the early 2000s, like everything just kind of like, even like gas. I remember I got gas when I turned 16, which was in 98. I got gas and it was like 88 cents a gallon. But I remember it would go up a little bit and then it'd always like come back down. Then it'd go up, but you know, like maybe if it hit $1, it was like, oh man, but then it'd be back down to like 95 cents. I just felt like the 90s and early 2000s, like it was just like a lot even keel.
Yeah.
Or maybe I was just oblivious to it because I was just like a teenage kid.
No, I mean, I kind of think the same. I would say that the problem with like inflation, like as we look at it, or things going up, is we just have so many more things to buy.
Yeah.
There are so many more things to buy now than when we were growing up.
And I think a lot of things are cyclical. Society, I think trends, a lot of things go in cycles.
Very seldomly do things go up and come back down.
Yeah. So, and we've talked about it before, like the buck has to stop somewhere. Like eventually it's got to level out to something.
Well, the funniest thing is that the things that we would say are the most technologically advanced things that we buy
Are the ones that keep going down in price.
right.
Like I mean, now a laptop, outside of a Mac, Macs are still expensive, but you can buy like a laptop for like $150.
But even like a MacBook Air is $1,100. Like, good luck buying that. I mean, back when we were like by the way, at 100 or 1,000 times the computer that I bought for $1,000 in the early 2000s.
And I'm a pro Mac. I'm all about the Macs because
Yeah.
I love how everything works together. I have all that shit. But yeah, no, that's what I was saying. But like a laptop back in the day, you would have never found for $150, $200 for a Compaq or HP. And yeah, it's funny that all that shit goes down. But yeah, I just feel like in the 90s, I don't ever remember my parents like always being like, oh man, fucking everything's up in price. You know, like my dad always read the Hy-Vee ad and would like cut a fucking coupon out. You know what I mean? Or hey, they're having a sale on these. But I just don't remember there was as much talk about everything being more expensive.
Yeah. I don't know.
And like I said, he'd be like, oh, gas was $1.05, but I drove 3 blocks and it was $1.03, so I got it there.
There was a lot more stability. It was also, that was like the Silicon Valley rush, right? Tech rush. That was the last time we had a balanced budget. It was Clinton, what, 95, 97?
Yeah.
So I feel like...
And then 9/11 happened and kind of fucked a lot of things up. We're not going to get into that whole thing. But I'm just saying...
You sure you don't want to?
Yeah. No, we don't have all day for that.
Okay.
I got to be somewhere later.
With me.
But yeah, I think obviously 9/11, it kind of did... what was said was kind of like what bin Laden's plan was. It kind of did that. It basically shook the world economy. We're not getting into it. I'm just saying
Well, then you need to quit talking about it because I'm about ready to go.
But that was
about ready to go.
But that was when things became unkiltered like they were in the 90s and right into the 2000s. Because that's when you saw, obviously, gas went up. But you know what I mean? That's where I feel like everything became unsettled.
So, okay, I won't get all the way into it. But I'm just going to say that there are a lot of events that happen that may or may not have been planned or used for power changes and money changes. During COVID, for example, there was like a tremendous amount of wealth that left the middle class and went straight up, right? So we got this $600 COVID money or two $600 checks or whatever, and everyone went and fucking spent on Amazon and Walmart, and only the places that were open. There's the big corporations because all the little shops had to close.
Hey, we were open.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? Just nationally, California, they fucking shut everything down besides Target and Walgreens. You know, the big corporations, we had a massive shift of wealth that came right out of the middle class and went straight up. And every single time that these events happen, that's what happens.
Yeah. But that's what I feel like. The 90s was way more.
$3 gas affects me a lot more than it affects Elon Musk.
Yeah. Yeah. But the late 1900s were a good time to be alive.
Yeah. And I love saying the late 1900s now.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got to that part of it.
I don't know.
Oh, about the chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the serving sizes and all that shit. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, you're just responsible for it yourself.
100%.
Unless you have like a personal chef.
Yeah. And here's the thing that everyone wants. I don't even know where I heard it, but it was like if they bottled up all the benefits of exercise and put it in a pill, it would be the most sold drug in the history of all drugs. But trying to get people to the gym is hard.
Well, at the end of that, or did I see a clip? I think it was Jillian Michaels was on Bill Maher.
Okay.
And they were talking about The Biggest Loser and these on these big, massive calorie deficits and all this shit. And I don't remember what she said leading up to it. She's like, but it was basically because she was talking about, well, now they all just take Ozempic. They're not worried about the side effects from Ozempic or any of the GLP-1s, but they were worried about what was happening to them on The Biggest Loser. You know what I mean? Like what it was doing to their body. I'm like, but you'll take a shot and do it that way. And again, I'm not against everybody who takes Ozempic. I'm not saying that.
No.
But yeah, you'll jump right on that fucking train. Because like there was a guy in there who said, this isn't new. They had, Fen and they had ephedra. They have all this shit's been done before. But they just take that and they're like, oh, cool, I don't have to.
People will spend a lot of money to lose weight, but a lot of people won't just go to the gym.
Yeah, they can spend a lot less money going to the gym.
And just understand all the benefits of exercise.
Yeah.
The dopamine and serotonin, the mental, the physical, because just because you lose weight doesn't mean you have any muscle. It doesn't mean you have any bone. I mean, the bone density you get, like it just, they have shown in, I can't remember who did the study, but grip strength and dementia.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Yeah, and there's no limit. So the stronger your grip, the less chance you have for dementia or Alzheimer's. And that's not to say that it's just training grip strength. It's because you were doing things physically, so you have grip strength.
And again, I'm not shitting on because I know some people, they've worked out for a long time. They're not the best at dieting. They've tried dieting and eating. If they take Ozempic, you know what I mean? Especially if they are overweight. Whatever, man. It's the people who. First of all, it's the people who just jump on it and don't do anything at all.
Right.
And then the other one is when they accuse people or like anybody that like loses weight, then people right away, oh, are you doing Ozempic or whatever GLP-1? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like, no, like they just worked really fucking hard. Like Amber's been asked that before. Like, oh, are you taking the shot? She was like, no, I just fucking work out and I eat right.
And once again, so I have several clients that are on either GLP-1, a semaglutide. There's now triple antagonist ones. There's different ones. There's a lot of times, especially with women, as they're going through like a perimenopause, and perimenopause can be up to 10 years. And as their hormones change, something with their digestion also changes to where sometimes they'll become very insulin resistant without doing anything different. Mm-hmm. So like microdosing some of those things, like 10 units, which like if you go into like some of these bad doctors will be like, oh, do 10, then you go to 20, and then you go to 40, and then you're at like a billion. But just doing like 10 units, like microdosing it over a period of time, it just keeps that like bounces back their insulin sensitivity. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I have zero issue if it's a tool in your toolbox. I mean, whether you take creatine or protein or freaking TRT or whatever, I don't give a shit. Like,
but here's the difference. Like people can be, they can argue and say, well, that guy over there takes roids. Yeah, but he's working out.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's still working out.
I don't.
If you're just going to take like a whatever, and just so you don't have to work out and you can just sit at home, it's not the healthy way to do it. You know what I mean? And they even tell you should still work out and have a high protein diet. when you're taking these.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately, nobody's responsible for you but yourself.
Right.
And don't blame somebody else because you joined a competition. Every one of those weight loss competitions, you could go anywhere that they're having a weight loss. Like, we could put on a weight loss competition, and you can't tell me one of them fucking people is going to just eat ice chips and drink water for 2 days before they weigh in.
Right.
100%. I would do the same thing. Happens at every powerlifting meet.
It cracks me up too, because with InBody, so a lot of the competitions that I've been involved in with InBody, if you come in and you just did that, guess what? You might be light, but you're going to be fat on the scanner. That scanner evens the playing field out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no one is responsible for you but yourself.
Yep.
Don't blame a TV show. You know what I mean?
Like,
Even in the training world. I trained a lady. She bought 30 sessions with me. She trained like 15 weeks with me, 10 or 15 weeks. And she was like pretty overweight, which is real easy to lose weight, right? When you're severely over, you'll lose weight faster. Obviously, the leaner you are, the more it slows down. She swears she never lost a pound. I go, you followed the meal plan, everything. Yeah, she never lost a pound. And I was like, I find that extremely hard to believe.
Impossible.
That you followed a meal plan for that long and didn't lose anything.
Right. Yeah.
So
I would say with my clients, I always tell them, don't bullshit me, because it does neither one of us any good. Because if you're telling me that you're eating this and we're not losing weight, and this is what you're telling me, I'm about to back you off on calories, right? Like, I can't get, like, I don't care. Like, I have clients that tell me how much booze they just tell me.
Yeah, and if you don't want to work with me, that's fine. Just don't lie and be like, "Oh, I didn't lose any weight working with you."
Yeah.
Don't make me look bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, you're responsible for yourself.
I've been doing this long enough. I know when they're lying.
The only ones I don't think are necessarily responsible for themselves, and once you get to be like 1,000 pounds, someone's feeding you. You know what I mean? Like, I watch those shows and I was like, dude, just don't fucking feed him. He can't get up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you have the enablers there.
Yeah.
But again, they put it in their mouth. But still, yeah. The documentary it's all right. You can watch if you want to, but
I won't.
Yeah, it was all right. Like
I got too much shit going on.
I fell asleep for a little
I
bit.
don't have time for TV.
Yeah, plus Peacemaker season 2's out now. It's great.
Oh, but what's really out is that by the time this comes out, tomorrow is the road to the national championship starts.
Oh yeah, Tanner won't change his bet, but he thinks that Nebraska's going to be 12-0.
I think so.
But he won't change his bet. He's not that confident.
I'm getting there.
So you want to change this 12-0?
No, we already have our bet.
Well, we can alter. We put it on.
We're
We
good.
can modify
We're
it.
good. But I'm just saying, I think I'm at 11-1 now.
Oh, so you want to give up the 9 push?
No,
Why?
because that's a money thing, and right now I'm not. That was my logical side. This is my fanatic side, and as a fan, does not mean I'm right.
Well, what team? Okay, then yeah, we talked about this earlier. What team are you going to move on to in the NFL when the Chiefs don't win again?
I'll be a Chiefs fan for. I like Andy Reid and I like Patrick Mahomes, but like I told you, if Dylan Raiola gets drafted somewhere, I'll probably become a fan of that team.
What if they're super shitty?
That's fine.
Oh, because you were like talking to me like, oh, I don't know, you can be like think the Cowboys are gonna be shitty. So you'll be a Jets fan and just think they're going to win the Super Bowl every year.
I mean, I will start. Yes. I mean, if I become a fan of a team, I can talk myself into anything on that.
You're out of your mind.
Why?
The Jets is where people go to die.
The Jets is where people go to die, but Dallas is also where people go to die.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
They are probably, okay,
You know they're the 6th winningest team in all-time history.
cool. Nebraska's also like the 4th winningest team in all-time history.
Yeah. So you're saying Nebraska's where people go to die?
I mean, over the last like 20 years, yeah. Like
They put a lot of people in the NFL.
Scott
Frost didn't die. Scott Frost is generationally wealthy.
Scott Frost like killed everything.
Yeah, but they put teams in the NFL still. Or put players in the NFL, I mean.
We had a streak of however many years of getting drafted, and we lost that under Scott Frost.
Yeah. That doesn't mean people go there to die.
Yeah. Well,
Like the Jets, people literally get drafted by the Jets, and I think they cry. Like even the Browns are past that. People like going to the Browns. They don't care.
the Cowboys are probably the best run business franchise, right? Like they print money. They're worth more than anybody else. I don't know how you can be the most profitable team, sell the most gear, and have all this stuff, and haven't sniffed a Super Bowl in 30 years.
They got 5 of them though. You know how many teams
But
don't?
haven't sniffed a Super Bowl in 30 years.
Doesn't matter. You know how many teams have never been there?
That's fine. I'm just saying, haven't sniffed one.
Yeah. Plenty of teams have never even been there.
But like they're worth more than the Patriots.
Yeah, they're like the 5th richest franchise, and it's only owned by a single family.
The 5th of what?
Like out of all franchises, I think they're the top, like one of the 5th richest franchises.
Oh, out of all sports?
I think so.
Yeah, and that's going against soccer.
And they're owned by a single family.
Yeah, that's going against like Real Madrid, who's, you know what I mean? Like the world. Yeah. I mean,
We started watching that Cowboys documentary, and I've always been a fan of Jerry, and I think people don't think about things that Jerry does.
Business wise, I will not argue with them.
Not even talking about business. The big thing they talked about was the Herschel Walker trade back in the day.
Yeah.
He traded him to Minnesota when he first came in.
For like $1.
No, everybody got pissed because he traded him and got 4 or 5 just like shitty players. And everybody's like, why would he do that? So, and I don't know if it's the way the contract laid out or if that's the way the NFL worked out at that time. They got through I think that season, and they were going into the draft. And part of the deal was if he released those players, Minnesota had to give them their draft picks. So he calls Minnesota. He's like, I think I'm going to release those guys. And they're like, oh, you won't do that. And he released all of them. And they had to give him all those draft picks. And that's where he drafted Emmitt Smith and some of the other guys. Jerry knows what's going on. He's not stupid.
No, I think he's senile.
I don't think so.
I think he is.
I just listened to his interview with Michael Irvin about the Micah Parsons deal, too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Micah Parsons is an emotional child. You know that Jerry offered him the most guaranteed money out of any defensive player? Guaranteed money. Micah wants the biggest contract in the NFL. Jerry offered the most guaranteed. You're like on your 5th year as a defensive player, 4th year. I would take the guaranteed money.
Well, Micah also sat out because he was scared of COVID. So,
well, and so then Jerry talks about that they had this deal done, and was going to send the paperwork to his agent, and his agent told him to stick in his ass. Jerry's like, I don't like to work with agents. Agents have an agenda. They're not there. And he goes, the problem is all these players forget that their agents work for them.
yeah.
So, and he even told Michael, because Michael's like, I'm not going to tell you what it is. He's like, but if you ever want to stop by my office, I'll show you the deal I wrote up for him. Trade him to the Jets, dude.
Who'd they trade him to?
Well, nobody. They haven't traded him.
Oh.
And Jerry kept kind of saying, I think to prove a point, he's like, he's contractually obligated to us for the next 3 years. And he said, Dak's contract was up, or Dak had another year left. We couldn't get a contract figured out. So he came and played that next season. We franchised him, and then we signed him to a big deal. He's like, I kind of think that's the way it should be done.
Yep.
So that's my other thing, too, with Micah Parsons. You're under contract. He's still your boss. They're still your teammates.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go on all your social media, and he took off all of his Cowboy stuff and had like a peace out thing. Don't shit on your teammates. What kind of team player are you?
Well, the funny thing is that they can't do anything without the Cowboys. He can.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He could, if
He's just going to get fined. He's not
I'm
going to
way
get
more
paid.
vengeful than that. I would just sit him out for 3 years.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell tried that shit, and look what happened to him.
Yep.
So you got to watch some of that Cowboys. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Jerry's,
no, I do.
Jerry's done a lot for the NFL too.
Yeah, I do think that
his college thesis was actually about how to make the NFL better.
Was it?
Yeah.
Where do you think, like, if Jerry and Jimmy could have gotten along, how many more Super Bowls does Dallas have?
I think they would have beat the 49ers that next year. And then they won again after that with Barry Switzer, obviously. So I think they would have had one more for sure.
You don't think it keeps rolling? Like, if those two can just freaking, like...
I don't know, because I think everybody started getting beat up at that point, and then people start leaving. You know what I mean? That's why... And when he was doing that interview with Michael Irvin, he was talking about how the NFL is really structured to make it like a 500 league.
It is. Because
everybody has the opportunity to get somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, Deion basically beat the Cowboys, and then Deion came and played for the Cowboys and won the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think if Jimmy was still there, I think they would have won that next year and then won the next year after that, which would have been impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been 4 Super Bowls in a row. Right? Let me see here and there.
What if? Yeah.
It would have been 4 in a row because they won 2, lost 1, then won the next one. So, which is weird though too, because they played together at Arkansas. Jimmy and Jerry did.
Yep.
And like basically when he decided he was going to buy the Cowboys, he told Jimmy, "You're going to come coach for me," because he was at Miami at the time.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's like a 6 or 8 episode series.
Yeah, I probably won't watch it.
You're a loser.
Man, I do not. Right now, I don't hardly watch TV.
What are you doing with your free time at work? I know you sit around.
Well, I golf on the day.
Oh, okay. Well, you can watch on your laptop.
Yeah.
The excuses are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Like commitment.
Yeah, is that hard for you?
Just the shows. Like, I have a hard time. Like, Nicole gets mad at me because, like, we'll start watching a show and then, like, I just, like, we'll quit watching it.
It depends on the show.
Well, sometimes I'll be like, go ahead and watch it. I'll just Wikipedia. I'll just Google it and see what happened.
It's pretty shitty.
You can finish watching it. I'll just read what happened in a couple paragraph thing on the internet.
Man. All right, you got anything else?
Nope. Oh, no. Just not Nebraska's going to win. Well, prediction, because we won't have another show.
I don't know. This is a tough game. That's why I don't know anything about Cincinnati. From right here, they're not very good. I assume Nebraska will win.
No,
I've heard mixed. I've heard they're not good. I've heard they're good. I don't know.
Cincinnati's got some players. They have a running back from Ohio State and a running back from another Power 4 program. They got some transfers in. It's really hard.
I mean, the first game is always really hard, and I think this will be
42-17.
Oh, I don't have like a score for it.
Pick a score.
I don't have to pick anything. I did your bet. I don't have to pick anything.
Just pick a score.
I just told you I think Nebraska will win, but I don't know.
Pick a score.
I don't pick scores. I don't even bet on sports except with you because you won't leave me alone about it.
Well, that's because you became an Iowa fan. And I had to play out on it.
Get out of here. Nobody is like a super Iowa fan that thinks they're going to win the national championship.
Oh yeah.
I've never met one Iowa fan that's like they're going to win the national championship this year.
Well, they're idiots. How are you?
That's how Kurt Ferentz has kept his job so long.
But how can you be a fan of a team and not just expect them to win?
You can. We talked about this. You talked about this with the Cowboys with me. It's called being fucking realistic.
Fuck that. I have a lot of time in my life.
Just because you're a fanatic does not mean that everybody else. Because you're not. First of all, you're an NFL bandwagon fan.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
So that doesn't even count.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never had a reason to like a team.
You liked the Falcons before because you like Michael Vick.
Yeah, I like playing.
So why didn't you just stay with the Falcons? They
because
got cool
I didn't like
jerseys.
them after Vick was gone.
Yeah, they got cool uniforms. They went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I didn't like them then.
And they were part of like the worst fucking comeback loss in history.
Yeah, but I didn't even like them then. I liked them when Vic played for them because I liked Vic.
And their uniforms are extra cool that year. They had really cool uniforms that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think Nebraska will beat Cincinnati.
By?
I don't know.
27?
I don't know. Nebraska really has in the past struggled to be a real high scoring offense.
I think we're gonna score some points this year.
Well, they need to because they need to stop losing games by a field goal.
I think we're gonna score some points this year.
Well, you think they're gonna be 12-0, so
yeah,
they're gonna have to score points to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why they're having an Arrowhead though.
Do me tell you the crazy? Oh, because it was just one of those. It wasn't supposed to be an Arrowhead. It was supposed to be somewhere else.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, and then they ended up moving it to Arrowhead. I think Nebraska kind of forced the issue.
I don't know why they want to have a shitty stadium like that.
I mean, it's not the nicest stadium in the world.
No, it's a shithole stadium.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that the Chiefs don't have a new stadium. Like,
yeah.
They were talking about building the Royals a new stadium. Like, they suck balls. At least the Chiefs have been winning.
I mean, the Royals won a
and then
World
like
Series,
died the next year.
like 10 years ago.
And then like literally fell off the map the next year.
Can I tell you?
But the Royals sell a lot of fucking apparel to the Crips and stuff like that.
Yeah. Can I tell you a crazy stat that I just heard the other day?
That Matt Rule's only beat 2 ranked teams ever. And it was Navy and like some Christian Baptist school. But go ahead, what was your stat?
You're so stupid. Miami in 2001 when they beat us in the national title game. Remember that? Mm-hmm. If they wouldn't have scored a single point on offense that whole year, I think they still would have been 8-4.
Yeah, Miami's had some pretty nasty defenses.
That defense was out of fucking control. That team was good.
Yeah. All right. Well,
That's it.
just remember,
Go Big Red.
You're responsible for yourself. It's nobody else's fault.
Yeah.
You're fat.
Go Big Red.
Yeah.
12-0 national title.
All right, guys. We appreciate you listening. We'll see you guys next time.